Wake up, lock in, move forward. This is Men's Morning Motivation. Let's get to it.
And welcome back to Men's Morning Motivation. This is episode 21. Finish strong. The Friday most men waste, you dominate. All right, guys, it is Friday. We made it. And while the rest of the world is clocking out mentally, you're clocking in even harder. Welcome to episode 21. If you're just joining us on Spotify Podcasts or Amazon Music, this is where the men who refuse to settle come to level up. This is where we push past the ordinary, and this is where we build the extraordinary. Let me be real with you. Most guys treat Friday like it's the end. They coast and they half-ass through the day. They treat it like a countdown timer until they get to escape. Look at them, already checking out at lunch, already dreaming about happy hour, and already mentally gone while their bodies are still at their desks. But you're not most men. Because if you've been locked in with me through episode 19, The Unseen Grind, and 20, Own Your Space, Dominate, Expand, and Make It Unmistakable, then you already know. You don't get to coast, you get to dominate. That's the difference. That's the dividing line. And that's what separates you from the pack. Let's break it down. Friday exposes your mindset. When the work week wears on you and distractions start pulling at you like sirens, what you choose to do today reveals everything. Think about it. The easiest day to slack off is the day everyone expects you to slack off. That's why it's the perfect test. That's why it matters more than any other day of the week. This is where the weak make excuses, but the disciplined double down. You either fold with a crowd, or you lead yourself through the finish line. Every rep, every task, every small win today cements your identity. If you give yourself permission to mentally check out just because it's the end of the week, what else will you give permission to skip? What other standards will you compromise? And what other excuses will you accept? It starts small. It always does. You skip your Friday workout. Then you push off that tough conversation. Then you let your nutrition slide because it's the weekend. Then suddenly you're someone who makes exceptions. Someone who breaks promises to others and to yourself most of all. You don't get stronger when it's easy. You get stronger when you choose pressure while everyone else relaxes. Look at any great achievement in history, and look at any personal transformation that lasted. The defining moments weren't when it was easy to show up. They were when it was the hardest. When every cell in your body screamed for comfort. When every social cue told you to relax. When every part of your environment pushed for mediocrity. That's Friday, and that's your battlefield. And the way you show up today determines who you're becoming. Look, I don't care if you're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. The difference isn't in how you feel. It's in what you do despite how you feel. Discipline isn't about feeling motivated every damn day. It's about riding the energy of commitment that you've been stacking. Do you think the champions of the world wake up every day feeling amazing? I mean, I'm sure some do, but most don't. Do you think they're feeling motivated? Most of them. Some of them need a kick in the ass. You think they're feeling ready to conquer? Fuck no. They feel the same fatigue that you do, the same doubt, and the same pull towards comfort. The difference is that they've built a foundation of discipline that runs deeper than their feelings. You guys remember episode 19, The Dark Hours, The Unseen Work? Nobody claps when you do the right thing in silence. What about episode 20, How You Own Your Space, Shape Your World, and Make It Known that you're not here to dabble, you're here to conquer? This is not about feelings. This is about your standard. And your standard doesn't get the day off. Your feelings don't dictate your actions, your commitment does, your identity does, and the man you're becoming does. When you're tired on Friday, you don't need more motivation. You need to tap into the energy of your purpose. the energy of your vision, the energy of the commitment you've been building through consistent action. That's sustainable and that's reliable. That's what gets you through when the willpower starts to fail. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop needing to feel motivated. Ride the momentum of who you're becoming, not the fleeting emotion of the moment. Do you guys want to pass the man that you used to be on the track of life? Do you want to break out of the herd? Then we need to treat Friday like Monday. Think about that. Really think about that. Think about the intensity that most men bring to Monday morning, the focus, the drive, the clarity, the planning and execution. Now, imagine bringing that same energy or more when everyone else is simply winding down. Because while they're easing into the weekend and checking out, you're busy dialing in. And while they're cutting corners, you're sharpening edges. Why? Because Monday's success is built on Friday's work. The projects you finish today create momentum for next week. The planning you do today eliminates Monday's confusion. And the problems you solve today prevent Monday's fires. But it goes much deeper than that. The mental edge you develop by finishing strong builds a psychological advantage that carries forward. You're not just working on Friday's tasks, you're working on your character. You're building the capacity to execute when others won't. Real champions don't simply start strong, they finish relentless. Here's the thing, anybody can simply show up on day one, and anyone can be excited at the beginning. Anyone can have energy when the journey starts. Greatness is forged in the moments when quitting seems reasonable, when compromise seems justified, and when no one would blame you for taking it easy. But Friday isn't the end of your week, it's the foundation of your future. Here's the thing, if we skip today's work, whether that's mental, physical, or personal, you teach yourself that some days just simply don't matter. Let me tell you something, guys. Every day matters. Every single one. There are no throwaway days with a life of purpose, and there's no wasted opportunities for growth. There's absolutely no justified backsliding and backtracking. And when you start letting one slide, you open the door to regression disguised as rest. This is how discipline dies. Not in dramatic moments of rebellion, but in small moments of compromise. In the justifications, in the exceptions, in the just this once mentality that simply becomes habit over time. Rest is earned, but you're not tired if you haven't given everything that day. Think about it. Are you really exhausted or are you just uncomfortable? Have you truly earned the right to ease off or are you just following the crowd? The truth is, most men never reach their capacity. They never discover what they're truly capable of because they accept the first sign of fatigue as a reason to stop, and they confuse discomfort with impossibility. Don't be most men. Push through today. Finish with intensity. Set the tone for not just your weekend, but for who you're becoming. Because how you end one thing is how you'll start the next. Look at the last 3 weeks, guys. You've hammered discipline, you've committed to silence, grind, and structure, and something tells me that you've started to feel the shift in your identity. And trust me, guys, that's not a small thing. You are proof that this works. The changes you've seen in yourself, the increased focus, the improved results, the greater sense of control, those aren't accidents. They're the direct result of your commitment to excellence. They are your refusal to accept the standards of average men. Here's the thing, this isn't just theory. This isn't just motivational fluff. This is reality backed by your own experience. So now, prove to yourself you don't just start well, you finish ruthlessly well. Most transformations fail not because people can't begin, but because they simply can't maintain. They sprint out of the gate and collapse before even reaching the finish line. But that's not you. Not anymore. You've built momentum and you've established habits. You've reoriented your identity around discipline and purpose. Now, finish what you started. Not just this week, but every week. Not just this project, but every project. And not just this goal, but every single goal. Let them waste their Fridays. You finish like a goddamn freight train. Unstoppable, powerful, gathering momentum even as you approach the end. That is who you are now, and that is who you're becoming. That's the standard that you've set for yourself. Prove to yourself that your commitment isn't conditional on convenience. Here's the move. Before you shut it down tonight, check your habits. Did you get that workout in? Not just going through the motions, not just showing up and counting time. Did you push yourself? Did you find your edge? Did you leave everything out there on the floor? Did you honor your routines? Your morning ritual, your planning session, your reflection time, your nutrition, your hydration, your connection with the people who matter. Did you fully show up in each of these areas? Did you track your food, your sleep, your intentions? The things you measure improve. The things you monitor grow. Did you maintain awareness of the inputs that determine your outputs? Did you push past excuses and simply clock in regardless? Regardless of how you felt, and regardless of what others were doing, regardless of the voices in your head telling you that it's okay to ease off, did you override your temporary discomfort for your permanent growth? If not, fix it before the day ends. That's the difference between a boy who wants and a man who executes. Boys make excuses, men make adjustments. Boys plan, men implement. Boys try something, and men commit fully. And here's where it gets real. The weekend, don't abandon your standards. Yes, go ahead and rest. Yes, go ahead and recover. Yes, go ahead and enjoy yourself. But don't pretend that Saturday and Sunday are exempt from excellence. Maintain your morning routine. Stick to your nutrition plan. Keep your training schedule. Stay present with your family and prepare for the week ahead. The weekend isn't a vacation from your purpose, it's a different terrain on the same journey. So you have to enter it intentionally, navigate it consciously, and emerge from it stronger, not depleted. That is how you create sustainable momentum. That's how you avoid the 2 steps forward, 3 steps back cycle that traps so many. This weekend, prove that your discipline isn't just a work week phenomenon. This is who you are now. Listen up, guys. Many of you know that I've talked to you personally. Depending on what platform you're listening to, Men's Morning Motivation is typically on YouTube, but we are also now on Spotify, podcast, and Amazon Music. We've officially taken this movement beyond these 4 walls. This isn't just another microcast. This isn't just fun, entertaining content. This is a mission to wake men up, to call them to a higher standard, and to forge a new generation of leaders, warriors, and builders who refuse to settle for the mediocrity that our culture promotes. That means your words, your standards, and your journey, they're part of something bigger now. So do me a favor. Follow the show no matter where you're listening. Not just for the notifications that we all easily clear all or just simply swipe away. Not just to stay updated, but to really be counted. To be part of this community that's growing every single day. Share it with just one man that needs it. Not 10, it would be nice. Not 20, that would be fucking amazing. But start with just one. One man, whether that's your father, your son, your uncle, a coworker, your boss, a family friend. One man who's ready for this message. One man who's hungry for change. And one man who's sick of living below his potential. I would love if you would simply leave a review, because that algorithm is not going to respect us unless we kick in the damn door. The truth we share is not mainstream. The standard we uphold is not popular. And the path that we walk is not crowded at all. That's why we exist. But it is necessary. This is powerful, and we are growing. We are building a legacy. This is a legacy of men who lead, men who build, men who protect, and men who stand for something beyond themselves. Because in a world obsessed with comfort, we choose challenge willingly. In a culture celebrating mediocrity, we pursue excellence nonstop. And in a society that wants weak men, we forge strength religiously. That is what this is about. That is why we're here. And that is why we're expanding. And I want you with me together every single step of the way. Guys, you've got momentum. You've got fire burning inside you. And I see this with my own two eyes, guys. You've got discipline. Here's the thing. Do not stop now. This journey isn't a sprint. Hell, it's not even a fucking marathon. This is your life's work. This is the man that you're becoming day by day, choice by choice, and action by action. Today matters. This hour matters. This ever-present now matters. Finish this week the way most men would only dream about starting. And when the smoke clears and Monday rolls around, we go even harder. That's because this is who we are now. This is the standards that we've set, and this is the path that we've chosen. No retreat, no excuses, no compromise. Just relentless forward progress towards the man that you're meant to be. Let's go get after it, guys. Super quick, guys, this is it for episode 21. If this message hit you, if it lit a fire, share it, rate it, and review it. And most importantly, get out there and fucking live it. Follow through with all of your commitments today. Finish strong. Check off those lists. We got to set yourself up for a weekend of purpose, not just pleasure. I'll be back next week with more fire to fuel your journey. Until then, guys, stay locked in. If this hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Send it to a brother who needs to hear it. You can find Men's Morning Motivation on Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30 a.m. EST. So make sure you hit follow, subscribe, just do what you gotta do. I appreciate your time. Wake up, lock in, move forward. This is Men's Morning Motivation.